No matter where you believe it or not, Senator Tuberville, this is doing great damage to our military.
This will be remembered. It's a dark evening. This will be remembered.
So those are Republican lawmakers, Lindsey Graham and then Joni Ernst of Iowa, confronting a fellow Republican, Tommy Tuberville, on the Senate floor as Tuberville blocks the nominations of hundreds of military officers for promotions. All of this is tied to abortion policy in the U.S. military as it crosses state lines. Here was Tuberville's response to that criticism.
It was a little character assassination at times, but, you know, you got to remember what I did for a living for a long time, so I'm used to that. I've told you all along I hate to have to do this, but somebody has got to listen to us.
Okay, Dan Sullivan was one of the senators who held the floor on Wednesday. He's also the only member of the Senate currently serving in the military. Sir, good morning to you. Nice to see you in person.
Morning, Bill.
So he's saying I'm doing this on behalf of the taxpayers and they should not pay for abortions. What do you say to that?
Well, look, I'm a pro-life U.S. senator. I'm completely opposed to the Biden DOD abortion policy. So I agree with Senator Tuberville on that. As a matter of fact, I've been working with for months with Senator Tuberville to get it reversed. But your reporting all morning is showing we are in a really dangerous world right now, and we need the best, most combat experienced admirals and generals on the field. And Bill, Dana, they're not on the field. There's 400 being held right now. And here's the thing, none of them have anything to do with this policy dispute. And even if they get confirmed, none of them will be able to resolve it. We should be putting holds on civilian DOD officials who have a policy approach to that can change this, but not the men and women who have been defending our country.
Well, cut a deal with him.
Oh, we've been working for a long time. Senator Tuberville, look, I'm good friends with Senator Tuberville. The one thing he said was, hey, if you bring them up one by one to vote on, I'll vote for them. So on Wednesday night, we brought him up one by one, 61 nominees, and he objected to everyone. And here's the thing. There's been this kind of talk that, hey, some of these admirals and generals are, you know, desk jockeys, are not warriors. That's ridiculous. These are the men and women after 9/11 who were the lieutenants and the captains kicking in doors in Fallujah, shooting terrorists in the face. These are our best combat experienced leaders, and we need them on the field. And again, there is starting to be some real morale issues in the military because they're saying, we've deployed several times, our families have sacrificed, we have nothing to do with this dispute, and our careers are being punished right now. It's the wrong tactic at the wrong time and the wrong target.
He's holding firm, DOD is holding firm, but I know you're working hard on that. Also, can we ask you about this? Iran sanctions. We have Nasrallah, who's been speaking for an hour and a half, and everybody there in attendance apparently sitting there with rapt attention. But we know that Iran calls the shots, right? So the Wall Street Journal headline was this: the Iran-Russia military axis. The two countries are increasingly working together against U.S. allies and interests. So as a U.S. senator, should the United States do more? And is it sanctions? Are sanctions enough? Can they be tough enough to actually exhibit some change?
Well, yes and yes. Let me just begin by saying that, you know, at the end of the Trump administration, we had a really strong Iran Middle East policy. It was massive sanctions. The Iranians had $4 billion in foreign reserves in their accounts. It was a peace initiative with the Abraham Accords. It was deterrence when we went and killed the Quds Force leader, General Soleimani. The Biden administration came in and reversed all of that, Dana. So this morning, I actually sent a letter to Secretary Blinken, signed by several U.S. senators, that says, let's reimpose these massive sanctions. And let's start with this one. 2 weeks ago, in the UN Security Council, the ballistic missile sanctions of the UN against Iran expired. They expired. Why aren't we bringing those back? Why is Blinken not bringing those back? So that's what my letter says. You know, it's actions speak louder than words, particularly with Iran. And these guys have been appeasing Iran, and it's been a real challenge.
Senator, wish we had more time. There's a lot going on today.
A lot going on, Bill.
Thank you for coming in. We'll see what happens.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you, Dana. Thanks.